Sector Wars, play Astro Blaster.
If you destroy my baby,
Intruder alert. The intruder must not escape.
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight.
you will be a torpedo.
Prepare to qualify.
Oh, warrior needs food badly.
Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at a game called Hustle. And this was created by Gremlin Sega in 1977, even though just Gremlin was credited. But this is a snake game, and it's in black and white with a green color overlay. And it's kind of a cool take on the snake games that were really popular in the 70s. There are point values that will appear on the screen, and you want to run into those values so you can get points. But one thing that's really, really cool about this game is the history of the Gremlin Girls. There were two girls that represented the Gremlin Company, and to promote the game, they went to 12 cities in the US to challenge players to a best-of-3 match, and a winning player would get $100. And they were so good that they smoked the competition. Only like 7 people ever won that challenge. Those girls were really, really, really good at that game, and it was kind of a cool early example of girl gamers, which didn't really exist that much back then. But this game, yeah, you see the point value. Damn it. You see the point values appearing on the screen in boxes, and they are generally in point values of hundreds: 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, and 900. But there are also mystery values, and you'll see the 3 question marks. And that is a mystery value. It can be any of those values, but it can also be negative value. Yeah, you can have that deducted from your score. And you are penalized further if you crash, if you slam into a wall, or you run into your own tail. This game can be 1-player solo or 2-player simultaneous play, and we'll get into the simultaneous play a little bit later. But as a solo player, you want to run into as many point values as you can before your 90 seconds is up. Just try to get as high a score as you can. And if you crash, you don't have an X amount of lives. But if you crash, you will lose 400 points plus negative value for any of the point values appearing on the screen. Just run into as many of those point values as you can, but like I said, the question mark ones, they might be negative value. You never know. The boxes appear at random at whatever place on the screen. That one was negative 600. Yeah, those negatives will be deducted automatically from your score. And where it says penalty, whenever you crash, then that will be deducted at the end of your game. The 400, I believe. But note that I'm speeding up, and that's because I've been running into those boxes. You will speed up a maximum of like to a 10th speed, but no higher than that. And if you crash, you go back to the regular speed. And if you crash, your tail will be longer. And that will continue on until your tail's really, really, really long. And note that the timer stops whenever you run into a box. 12,500, that's not a bad score. But, yeah, if you crash in a one-player game, you will get 400 subtracted from your score. And then all the on-screen values will be deducted from your score, but those will be penalty points, and those are all subtracted at the end of a game. The two Gremlin Girls that went to the 12 cities in the US to challenge players to the best of 3 match, they were Sabrina Osment and Lynn Reid. That's a very cool thing for its time. And I think we'll see me screw up a little bit on purpose just to show you what it's like to get penalized. And there I ran into myself. And see, those points are now to the left of where it says penalty, and that will get deducted from my score at the end. And you can accidentally go backwards, see, like that, and run into your tail. And now look how long my tail is getting. And it'll get even longer. And you can definitely end up with 0 points because of all the penalties. You will not go into the negative at the end of the game if you have more penalty points than actual score. And I'm doing this on purpose. I play much better than this. Just wanted you to see the penalty points start racking up. But if you play 2-player simultaneous play, then there will be the player who, of course, who has the most points when the time expires wins. And when a crash occurs, the other player will get 400 points plus the value of all the point values on the screen. If any of those point values on the screen were a mystery box, they will automatically be positive points for the other player. They won't be negative points. And yeah, there will be you can increase your speed 9 more times. Just by collecting boxes. And yeah, I got quite a bit more negative points than positive points. But if you crash, then your speed will reset back to the beginning speed. And crashes will give both players longer tails in the 2-player simultaneous play. But you just want to try to touch as many of those point values that appear on the screen as you can. And we'll look at a little bit of a 2-player simultaneous play. The only negative I really think about this game, I mean, for its time, it was really pretty cool. The only negative I can come up with are the sound effects, and they are just annoying beeps and boops and stuff. Yeah. But, yeah, for its time, it was a very, very cool game. Here I'm playing both players, and I'm trying to control them both at the same time. It's kind of hard. But yeah, whenever one player crashes, then the other player will get the 400 points for a crash, plus all the point values on the screen at the time. And if they were a mystery value, then they will not be negative points, they will be positive. But that kind of puts a new wrinkle on 2-player competitive play in a snake game. Very, very cool for 1977. Heck, I do not remember seeing this in arcades. I was only 6 when this game came out. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it. The controls are buttons, and there's a button for each of 4 directions for each player. So an up button, a down button, a left button, and a right button. But yeah, you can see the there's no penalty points added up at the end of a two-player simultaneous play game. They will automatically be deducted, or in the case of the non-crashing player, added up. Yeah, the sound effects are really the only demerit I can give for this game. I mean, you know, of course it's dated by today's standards, but it really is a cool departure from the usual Snake games of the time. And that's the end of the two-player simultaneous play game. But that was Hustle by Gremlin and Sega in 1977. It was only credited to Gremlin, but I'm quite certain it was both Sega and Gremlin that were responsible for this game. Very cool, and very interesting to know about the Gremlin Girls history in this game. Hey, if either of them are watching this video, please comment. Love to hear from you. Well, that was Hustle by Gremlin in 1977, or Gremlin and Sega. This is Crazy Climb Reid saying thanks for watching. Hope you had a great weekend, and I will catch you later in the near future with another video. Take it easy, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.